Hey everyone, Doug and Karl here, TJet Club. Just checking in with our weekly. We don't have a tip this week because we're talking about a class in our group that is near and dear to both of our hearts, and we're going to be talking for a while. So we got some show and tell cars. We got some. We'll talk about them. We call them the Bomber class, and it is one of the funnest classes that we run. Everybody has a good time with it, but. We'll get to that here in a little bit, and then after we're done talking with that, we're going to show the cars that we're going to be auctioning off this Monday, which is it's the fifth auction we've had. Got some T-shirts, by the way. It's the 21st of September, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Be there. We have a good time, and we got some fun stuff going on this week during the auction, and we'll talk about some of that. So, but first, we're going to talk about one of the classes that we have in our racing group, which is called the Hosers. You can find it at facebook.com/RC Hosers, and that's our group. There's some videos, pictures, and results and stuff like that, and some fun stuff. So one more place to check out on Facebook. So
right,
but. Let's dive into the next class.
Hosers is short for HO Scale Electric Racing Series.
Yeah,
and that's where we ended up with the Hosers.
Somebody did some thinking.
I'm betting they were pretty drunk by the time they come up with that.
Yeah. So
because I know who come up with it, but anyway.
Yeah. So I'm going to hand it over to Karl. Let him talk about the classes we've covered so far, and then introduce the next class in our club that we run on a weekly basis coming here soon. We got
we're getting ready to start up here pretty soon. So, better get your projects done.
Yeah, so I'm going to hand it over to Karl, and we'll talk about the next class in our group.
All right, so once again, the Hosers Slot Car Club is really a T-Jet based club, and we talked about stock tire T-Jet, which is a genuine stock T-Jet, and then the version of that which is stock T-Jet, which allows the skinny silicone tire, and that's really the only difference. The bodies in both of those classes are unmodified bodies, bumpers, glass, all that stuff. And then we talked about Eurojet, and Eurojet runs a spec wheel and tire, which we use the RTHO, same skinny tire as we run on stock T-Jet, but you use it in a Delrin wheel, front and back. And that's a really fun class that really allows for very competitive racing. And we've had many races where 4 people are on the same lap. And then we went into, well, this is us. This is us getting into, we're stepping away from the stock now, and this is where we start allowing a lot more modifications and stuff. And we're going into a class that I have wanted since I started racing with the Hosers, but it took a long time to get here, and we've probably been doing this for about 5 years now. And it's absolutely a blast, and my favorite class by far. In the Bomber class, a Bomber class allows modified bodies. You can run the body pretty much however you want, without bumpers and glass and cut up wheel wells and super lowered, all those things. And that's one of the things that is so much fun about it in my mind. As far as the chassis is concerned, we allow the dash chassis, we allow the Auto World chassis without the traction magnet, and the armature, you can run whatever armature you want. The strongest magnet you can run is a dash magnet, not the Killer Bees. We have not decided as a club whether we're going to allow them or not. They create a lot of problems, but that's the magnet you can run. So if you want to run a super hot armature, you can. The gearing, though, we only allow the 9-tooth gear, and stock gears. We don't allow modifications of the gears. So it's brushes, armature, magnets. But here's the key. The key is we only allow the usage front and back of the auto or the AJ's vulcanized silicone wheel. Now this is the one that's stuck to the rim, and there's about 3 different widths. There's the narrow, the wide, and there's one that's kind of in between. We don't see a lot of those. And so you have to run these front and back. That's the beauty of the Bomber class. So you can put as much power as you want to that car, but you are on the same tire as everybody else. And of course, these are 60-year-old tires, and so some are good and some are better, you know. And but to me, this is a class that I just absolutely love. It's a great class to run. This is a Charger that I set up. It was already cut in the back, so I just came up and cleaned up the front. And but how tough is that? Doesn't that just look fantastic? I think that looks great, and it's a fun car to run. It's a little loose. I think this set of tires, I've actually used the AJ's tire cleaner, and it got better, and it did improve. But this has put a premium on finding the AJ's tires, though. And this is the first car. This is how this class came to be, is that one of the guys wanted to race Willys. And in order to race the Willys, we allowed for the modification of the front wheel. And that's how this came to be. And then slowly it morphed into turning it into the Bomber class, where you could run any body you wanted, which is exactly what I wanted the whole time. And this is my very first one. It's just a great little car. And and then I went to this one. And this was another one. You can see the wheel well's pretty big, and someone had really cut this one up. So this was a great usage of this car. Oh, and then I added a driver just last year. And that's the driver from one of the Shadow cars. I cut him out and then glued him to the side of the body. I thought it came out pretty cool. And then I polished my wheels too, because I'm into Bombers. But anyway, and I just think this is a blast of a class. And it makes use of bodies that otherwise are not collector material, and that it gives them this whole new outlet, and you can lower them. Now, a lot of the guys get a lot more, lower their cars a lot harder than I do. I kind of like the cars that look like something from the 60s. This is a car I bought out of New Jersey with a bunch of junk, and I couldn't figure out why the guy didn't want it. It's because the wing window posts were gone. So I just cleaned them up and turned it into a 68 Camaro. And this car I had so much fun with. When I rounded the wheel wells up for the tires, I then came in and polished them. And if I was to take this off and show you the wheel wells, you would think that they were factory. They came out so smooth and shiny, and it was when I talk about slot car therapy, this is one of the ones. I was still happy with this build, and that was 2 years ago, you know. And so it was still it was just fun for me and something to do. And slot cars is that way. You can actually enjoy it all by yourself, or then you can step out and have a blast with a group of people. Because even if we stopped racing as a club, I would still collect. I would still keep my tub track, and I would still collect cars and put them in the case. And then we do have one variation of the Bomber class that we only do a couple times during that series when we're running the Bombers. We allow for weight plates, and so it's just something we do. And this car, I fell in love with this car and had to have it. And this is somebody's kid build, but it come out really good. And I got it, and had to do a little work to it, but it did manage to pull off a win when it shouldn't have. And it's so much fun. And there is absolutely no advantage to that plate right there. Someone with a regular Bomber is just going to kick the tar out of you, but they're so fun to run. And like I said, I did manage to pull off one win, but it didn't happen the second time. But that is one change that we do. And then Doug brought some of his too.
Yeah. This is such a fun class. I thought I would bring in just a few of the cars that I've built, just to show you some of the variations of the cars. Here's one that I put together. This is one of my favorite, and it actually is a replica of a local dirt racer in the area. His name was Butch Murner, and he had this car that was called the Earth Shaker. So this is a replica of that, and this is just fun to run. You can see it's got the little window net. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a window net, and that's just fun. Here's another variation. This is a resin body.
This is cool.
But it's also got the vulcanized AJs, but this one has white ones.
Yeah, they did make them in white and red.
Yeah.
And I have never seen wide whites or wide reds, but they did make them in multiple colors.
Yeah, and these are narrows all the way around. Again, it's a resin body and just something fun to play with. That one doesn't do so well, but
some cars are a challenge to drive.
Here is one of my favorites. It is, if it spins out, it covers 3 lanes, but it's a car that I designed and I print here at the hub, but it is a dirt late model car. And this has won a couple races. The body on this is relatively light and easy to drive, actually.
Yeah, so that's the car that prevented my second win with my plate right there. That was
so this is a fun car, and I've got a series of the
good handling car.
This is one of my favorite cars, and usually when I pull this one out, this is about the only class that a Jaguar will work.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah, and this thing just kills the field when I bring it out.
Such
usually,
a good car.
It is a good handling car. I love.
And you can, and this is proof how low you can get a Jaguar. And you held back a little bit because I've seen some of your work.
Yeah. There's some of the cars that I have that are so low that they don't have a hood anymore because. But this is one of my favorite cars in that thing. And then just to show you that bombers can bring in just about anything. This is one of my rendition of the plates.
Right. Yeah, when you run plates, it's really for fun. Yeah.
I picked up this truck and it was hacked up and beat up, and I brought it back to life. I had to cut the back of it off, and then I printed out a little.
It was a dump truck.
Yeah, it was a dump truck with sides and everything.
Yeah, did you show them your special bed cover?
Yeah. The bed cover is my logo. And actually, I had to cut the bed out just to get the truck low enough. So. But this is fun. Doesn't handle worth a crud, but it's fun to run. So there's just a few of the bombers that we have, and again, this is just a good class to run just because the equalizing of everybody on the same tires, it makes cars that you wouldn't think work competitive. So
yeah, you can actually have. People show up and their setups can be so amazingly different, and then when you race, they're really not that far apart, and that's the tire that does that. The fact that all the cars are at the same ride height, they all are on that same crappy tire. And to be honest, once you start working these tires and you got to radius them a little bit, and you start working them, you start racing them, they actually get pretty good, and you can have some really fast classes. Now, in the past, I have mentioned my build box. And so I kind of wanted to do something. Normally, I keep my build box super secret, and I don't tell anybody. But because this class is so much fun for me, I thought, you know what? I'm going to bring my build box and just show people how absolutely sick I am. And what my build box really is it's one of these drawer divider boxes that's got about 40 drawers in it. And I really like these because if you're building a car, you can put the body of the chassis and all the bits that go to it. And every time you find something, you throw it in there. And when you go to work on it, it's there. It can take me many years to actually complete a car because I'll work on it a little bit and then I'll go on to something else. And generally speaking, I won't work on them unless we're in that class or that series. And so this is just going to be a quick show of what's in my build box. You got a gray Jaguar that's completely I bought this off eBay. I was so excited about this, right? It was already wheel welled front and back, and I thought this is perfect. The posts are good. I can't wait to bomber this. I'm going to absolutely lower it because Doug hasn't seen nothing, right? And so and this is the only class that a Jaguar will work, and it's such a cool car. And there's another car that will only work in this class. But I buy it on eBay, and they never bothered to mention the fact there are no posts in this car. So now I've got to actually put posts in it, but that's okay because that's the point of the bomber class. As a matter of fact, there's the posts. You can see them rolling around in the bottom there, and that's the beauty of using one of these organizers for your projects. And then this poor little Torino, I love this little Torino. It's got big wheel wells, and someone blew the roof out, and I did a backfill on it. I put tape over the top of the roof and then filled it in from the bottom with that cool glue of yours, and it came out really good. But I learned something. Put something over where the glue is going to be, because when I was done, it felt like carpet. It had soaked up the sticky part of the tape, and so then I had to come and resand all that off. It was kind of funny, but And then I have a slate blue. I love late racing cars and not in rare colors. Slate blue Jaguar. This one I have not decided what I'm going to do with this one just yet. I might let that one go, but that's in the build box. And these are all bomber projects. All the other ones, there's plenty of other ones. Brown GTO. Oh, and then my absolute favorite. I just love these cars. And so I found one of these that's kind of wheel. Isn't that going to be hot? Isn't that going to be good looking? I love those. And it gets better. It gets better. Because look at, I have way more projects than I have actual functioning. I bought this on eBay. Look at them ridiculously large wheel wells. I did not do anything with those. It had a huge hole in the hood. So I glued that air cleaner in there to get rid of the hole, and I pulled a window for it. I can't wait to finish that one up. That one's going to be cool. Rare color again. I love that stuff. And then I found this little Thunderbird. I just fell in love with it. It's got gigantic wheel wells, so I'm not sure what we're going to do with it. But it'll end up in the bomber class. And then it's just a great class for using stuff that otherwise wouldn't have a chance. Blue Charger. Big giant wheel wells, had something on the hood. I was able to polish this out. It looked like absolute garbage. And then I wanted to run a truck. So I found a truck with some big wheel wells. It's going to be a bomber as well. And see what I'm doing here is as I pull and I find a decent chassis and I'll throw the parts, and I know the stuff in the bag goes to the truck. And then this loose chassis here, which is another good one, goes to the Charger. And so you just keep throwing parts in there. And then one day when you go to work on it, then all those pieces are already there and you don't have to sift and sort. Now this is a car that I just really dig, and I wish I could get going on this. But this is a kid paint that I bought, and then I added the numbers and stuff, but I thought the white tires looked fantastic on there. Isn't that going to be fun?
Well, those are wide whites on there.
They are wide whites, and but technically the tire is not attached to the wheel. Okay. It actually kind of moves around, but I'm going to fix that. Okay. And I actually have another narrow set, but I keep thinking that I'm going to find a wide set. Mm-hmm. And then this is future bomber stuff. And this is what you do, right? That El Camino's not, no one's going to do anything with that, but it's a perfect bomber. And I'm going to let you in a secret. The El Caminos actually handle really well. I have one in my stock TJet class, and it actually works really good. This car survived many sortings. I just absolutely love this thing. So it sits in there. I think it's going to become a stock TJ. That's what it's going to do. And then I've had this for a long time, and I thought it's just time to race that guy right there. The Galaxies don't handle real hot, so you got to be ready for that. Oh my God, there's more. But wait, there's more. This is a car I ran in Superstock for many years, but Superstock got so fast this car couldn't keep up. So it's going to get moved to bomber. So I've already got my wheels found and a new chassis built, and that's a car I've had probably since the third year here. We're in our 18th year. Another Galaxy. I've already got a driver picked out right there. For them shadow cars, I love the drivers from them shadow cars. You find a broken one. I've been wanting to race a cop car, so we're going to race a cop car. And then here's another car that I tried to make work in Superstock, because remember, I always wanted this class, but we never had it. And that's my wagon. And I had it together and running as a Superstock, but it's a real challenge as a Superstock. And then once again, the Superstock class got so fast that there was no reason to continue on, so it's going to become a bomber. But that is the influence that bomber has had on me. I absolutely enjoy the class, and it's that slot car therapy again. You can have so much fun building the car, and then you get to go share it with others, and it's really twofold. And I don't know a lot of hobbies that have all of that. You know?
And it's a fun class when you find those chassis that are rare that somebody chopped up. Yeah. It's like, okay, let's put them in a bomber, and then you can race a rare car.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, right. I mean, my slate blue, Jaguar. I'll probably run it just because I can't let go of it. But yeah, absolutely.
So that is our bomber class, one of the funnest classes. Next week, what are we going to talk about?
Well, next week we're going to move into all we have left is we have Superstock, which really. We should probably go to Superstock, mm-hmm. and then of course Frey. Now everybody knows what Frey is, but we have a little twist on Frey that I'm kind of excited to show people, because I think they'll have fun with that too if they want to mix that into their racing program. And I think that's all that's left, right? Am I missing one?
And then we get into the AFX and 4 gears.
Yeah, right. And the AFX is actually one of my fun classes. I love it because that's really my era. TJet is a little ahead of me, but I've gone back on them and just absolutely enjoyed them. But so that'll be next week. I think we'll do Super Stock next week.
All right, and then this Monday, what is it? The 21st, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah.
The 5th auction.
5th,
and we're going to celebrate this 5th one a little bit. So so we'll talk about some of the cars, some of the things that are coming up that we're going to be auctioning off. Again, go to facebook.com/TJetClub. That's where the auction is. And we do it live there. There's a little bit of a lag, but we work through it, and nobody seems to really have any issues. Every once in a while, you get somebody who bids a little bit late, but we just tell them bid earlier, So
yeah, right. And it is what it is. And so
So again, I'm going to hand it over to Karl, and he's going to preview quickly the cars that we're going to be auctioning off this Monday, the 21st.
Yeah, let's roll through these real fast. The one thing that I want to kind of spend a little time on is some of the people we had talked about in the club. We had talked about the original racing oil and how I started using that about 2 years ago, and it's by far my favorite one, and I've tried them all. And so what I did is I went and found two, and they were halves. They had been opened up and used and stuff. So I mixed the two together until I had exactly half. And then I went ahead and put the Marvel Mystery Oil in them, and I've already mixed them up, and they're full now, as you can see. And I thought we would auction these off, and the guys could try it and see what they think of it. And so this is one's thicker than the other. This one right here is in the original TJet bottle, TJet era bottle. And if you can see that, can you see the bubble going through there? It's fairly slow. So this one's mixed a little thicker than I thought. And then this one's the AFX one. And you can see that one's it moves a lot faster. And so I thought this would be fun for the guys. I would race either one of these. I would probably prefer the little bit thinner one, but both of these are ready to go. And so these are mixed with Marvel Mystery Oil and original Aurora grease. And these are going to both be up on Monday. And I thought that would be fun for the guys to try, because I had a conversation with someone who said it was hard to find the good oil. And then this week we're going to have two cases. I found a pretty nice black TJet case. It's in good shape, and that'll go up. And then I found this one here, and I don't know what the deal is with that Datsun sticker, but I really think that came from a really rare set, and someone stuck them on this box. The box is filthy, but hey, that's that's a barn find, right? It is filthy. It had stuff in it. And but I thought that was fun that the stickers are on there. So those two cases are going to go up. And then let's get on. One more thing. And I may or may not give another t-shirt away, because I still don't have one. And I've got this boxed Flex Track, and I've taken it out and I've inspected it. And I don't want to do that again, because I don't want everybody to see me struggle with trying to get that thing back in there. But the track itself is in really excellent shape. Maybe not even used, I'm not sure. And it has 3 supports. And as far as I know, that's the right amount of supports to go with it. The supports are pretty different looking. And but what a great box to display. It says it's 1979 Aurora products, so it came out somewhere around there anyway. And that's going to go up. And we're not going to do a mystery box this week, because I just couldn't think of something fun. So give me another week to think about it. We're going to run through this really quick. We got a Kremlin with raised letter tires. I actually really like that. I think it's got an X2 chassis.
Now that is one of my favorite cars. If it was a TJet, I would sell a kidney to get that car.
I'll take one kidney, and you can put posts in it.
There you go.
That's what a great bomber. It's kind of big, but really nice Tyco T-Bird. Really nice, good shape. Okay, and then let's just run through the Tycos real quick. And then I got a super nice version of this. Very nice version of that. And then I thought this might be kind of a fun one. This is the Aero Coupe version. I don't know if everybody's got that or not, but it's a real unusual version right here. And overall condition's actually quite good, and we'll really pick it apart. It's missing some tires and stuff, but we'll really take a look at it when we go to auction. And something I thought we hadn't done yet is we hadn't let any Lifelike cars go yet. And I kind of like the Lifelike cars, especially the early AMRACs and row cars and stuff. And so here's the one right here. This is a bit of a racer. It's got a few scratches on it. It's got the T chassis. Looks like it's missing a shoe. T chassis is not my favorite, but they work. And here's another one. T chassis. Good. I like this body right here. The shape of that one's pretty good. It's got a good low nose on it.
And these bodies work really well in one of the other classes.
I know. I almost spewed it out, but I held back.
Yeah.
And okay, and then let's run through some of the T-Jets real quick. That's a pretty. I love those wheels, and those are the wheels that come under Corvettes, AFX Magna Traction Corvettes. I believe that's the only place they came from. And then this sweetheart, yellow 55, really close, but not perfect, and we'll go over that when we get to the auction. And then, okay, the Weekly Dune Buggy. Just really as nice as you're going to find, but the Weekly Dune Buggy is back. And then we're going to try these and see if there's any real interest in them. If there is, I've actually got quite a few to let go of. And these are both dash bodies from I don't know how long ago. And we're going to let them two guys go, and they haven't been mounted. So that's just really nice. Oops. Okay, this one's got a little bit of scratches on the roof, but... got dash bodies, and then this is one of the Bob Beers cars, and I've got a few of these to let go of if there's interest in them. There was a lot of color combinations, and this one's a duplicate for me, and I thought we would let this go, and it's got a nice AFX chassis under it. It's a good looking color. And then we have another Camaro. This Camaro body actually is in pretty good shape. It looks like you could use a little bit of hydrogen peroxide, but it's just not bad overall car, and we'll go through that one. And then let's get into the T-Jets here. Okay, we got this guy, and just got some wear to it. Kind of a racer, could be cleaned up and put in the collection. Another Cheetah. Good car, good complete car. Some jackass put black on the headlights. Did I say that out loud? And then we have another Hot Rod Coupe, this week's Hot Rod Coupe, but this one has some homemade headers on it that are kind of funny to me. But the car could be cleaned up and put another set of original headers on it, or put some fresh headers on it, and you'd have a really nice car. And a good chassis on that one. Okay, and then because that one's not 100%, I thought, you know what, let's just do two Hot Rod Coupes. So they got a nice tan with red interior, good complete car. Dirty, needs to be cleaned up, but that's that level of wear that I absolutely love. And then that one's going to be going up. We have a Cobra. It needs like the front bumper, needs the back bumper, needs the driver. But good over, it's got the windshield, right? And so just a good restore, maybe a racer. It looks like it's got a new old stock chassis underneath it. Did we do this guy yet? I like this guy. This guy makes my day. How tough is that looking? Got a set of the AFX Stalker wheels all the way around. And I just thought that looked tough. That looks cool. So I think we should make a class that's T-Jet on AFX wheels. I really do. With slip-on silicones. And then this is kind of the gem of the night right here. This is just a really, really decent #1 Indy car, complete new old stock chassis. Looks like it's missing a guide. Hell, the tires have still got some of that white powder on the inside. So that's just a good, clean car. And that'll be coming up. And I think I've covered them.
I think that's it.
I think that's it, yeah. And so there's plenty of stuff. And I may or may not give another T-shirt away. We'll see. I got to save up for my own, too. And so, we haven't talked about the stickers.
Oh, yeah. The running theme on auction night is stickers. Every time somebody wins an auction, I had this little paper coin, and we would flip it, and one side said sorry, the other side said TJet Club. If it came up TJet Club, you got a sticker. Well, this week, since it's the fifth
anniversary.
Yeah, the fifth weekly anniversary of our auction, there's going to be a special sticker that's not going to be available anywhere else. And this is what they are.
Gold.
They are gold TJet Club stickers.
Oh, they're pretty.
There's going to be a twist. I got rid of the coin, and I got a dice. So now you've got 3 chances of winning, but you've also got 3 chances of losing. So we're going to roll the dice, and if it comes up TJet Club, you're going to get a golden sticker. It's kind of like the
Willy Wonka.
Factory. Yeah. So
Willy
we're giving
Wonka,
out
the TJet Club.
Yeah, exactly. We're giving out golden stickers. If it comes up whammy, we're going to take that sticker and do something exciting with it. So I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do now, but
This is a one-time deal. This is not going to happen again.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So as of now, we might bring back the golden sticker at another point, but we're gonna.
it won't be weekly. That's for sure.
Right. So you'll have to tune in to find out exactly what's going on with these stickers, but they are highly sought after, and the golden ones are going to be even more.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's down the road.
Yeah.
You know, it's a serious collector's item.
yeah,
Down the road. Oh, and they're numbered, by the way.
yeah, exactly.
Serialized.
Yeah. And then they've got a little tracking device in them, so, so we know if you. And what we're going to do too, we've given out quite a few of these stickers. We'll find out where you've been putting your stickers. So maybe we'll put images of. I've got one on a build box. I got one on my computer. Karl's got one on
That's my work cart.
Yeah.
My actual work cart. I put it on my work
because
cart.
again, TJet Club. It says the first rule of TJet Club is to talk about TJet Club. So if you
And just so you know, I had the dumpster dive for my sticker. It's a blem. I mean, I haven't gotten one either. So I just happened to find one when I was dumpster diving.
Yeah, so if you want a shirt, they're at TJetClub.com. If you want a sticker, you have to show up at the auction.
You gotta earn
That's
it.
the only way to get them. So other than that, I think we're done. I think we're going to wrap this up, but make sure the 21st, September 2020, in case you're watching this a year later, then you've missed it. But show up, and we're going to have some fun. We're going to auction off some cars, and we're going to have fun as always. So
You betcha.
we're going to get out of here. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, TJet Club, and I think that's it. We will see you on Monday.
All right. Yep. See you Monday.
Bye.